All right, let's go ahead into our division problem. So some of these are going to be more simple than others, just to get you to think about what's happening in the word problem. Again, make sure you're taking your time and reading and understanding what's happening so you know what to do and how to solve the problem. There, for number one, it says there are 30 chairs in a classroom, so I know that 30 chairs is my total. So, and I know that's my total because they're simply telling me that there are 30 chairs in the classroom. Um, well, I'm gonna keep reading and see because perhaps they could add some chairs to the classroom. In the classroom, there are 6 rows of chairs. Okay, so we got 6 rows of chairs. If each row has the same number, so we know that they need to have the same number of chairs, how many chairs are in each row? So now that confirms that there are 30 chairs total in a classroom. So that's just like if we were sitting in a science classroom and all we had were 30 chairs, but I needed to create 6 rows of chairs. If I create these 6 rows of chairs, how many chairs are going to be in each row? So I have my 30 chairs, which is my total. I need these 30 chairs to actually fit in 6 rows. Now, because we know our math facts a little better, we don't need to actually go and distribute this 30 into all of these rows because we can simply create a division problem to figure out how many chairs are going to be in each row. However, I created this visual just so you can see and understand what we're doing. We have a total of 30 chairs, and we need to use these 30 chairs and actually put them into equal groups. I need to put them into 6 rows. So that is a division problem that I can simply write 30 divided by 6 rows to figure out how many chairs are going to be in each row. One way to do this, and we've been doing this in our introduction the last 2 days, I can go ahead and use multiplication to help me figure this out. So 6 times what is going to get me 30? 6 times 5 will get me 30. So I know that 30 divided by 6 is actually 5. So 5 chairs will go in each row. So instead of me wasting time and putting dot and counting 30 dots, because again, in 5th grade, we should be past that, set up your division problem, but visually, you can know that you need to actually share these 30 into these 6 rows. Let's go ahead with number 2. All right, Mrs. Falvey brought 45 cupcakes to her book club. She wanted to share them equally. So as I hear that, I'm like, oh, okay. I'm hearing equally. And she had 45 cupcakes. She wants to share them. All this type of language is telling me that I'm going to end up dividing. And she wants to share them equally between herself. And so you got to really pay attention to this. Herself, that is one person. Miss Adams, that is 2 people, and Mrs. Samario. How many cupcakes will each of them get? Okay, so she had a total of 45 cupcakes. That's what she came to the book club with. She didn't get any more. Now she has three people that she needs to give those cupcakes to. She wants to eat some cupcakes herself, so that's one person. Miss Adams is another person, and then Mrs. Samario is another person. So these 45 cupcakes need to go to all 3 of these people, and they need to be in an equal amount. Each person should have the same amount of cupcakes. Miss Falby wants to be fair. She doesn't want to be stingy. She doesn't want anybody to get more cupcakes than the other person. So I need to divide these 45 cupcakes into 3 equal groups so that me, Miss Falby, and Miss Mario can get the same amount of cupcakes. Now, I'm not going to put that 45 dots into these circles. I'm going to come over and write my division problem. 45 divided by those 3 people, or those 3 groups. And now I'm going to go ahead and use the algorithm to figure that answer out. 3 goes into 4 how many times? You come off to the side here. I know that 6 is greater than 4, so I can't go with 2, so I'm left with 1. So 3 goes into 4 once. Now I'm going to multiply here. 1 times 3 is 3. Step 3, this is where, and this is why this is at the end of the week, because I don't have the little hints here. So the more you practice throughout this week to get your the steps down, if you need to, go back to one of the videos from yesterday to figure out those steps. But at this point, we should know the steps. So step 3 would tell me to subtract. 4 minus 3 gives me 1. Step 4 would tell me to bring down this 5. 3 goes into 5. 3 goes into 15 how many times? So if I were to keep rolling, forgive the handwriting here. Up, I can stop 15. So it goes in evenly 5 times. 5 times 3 gives me 15. I'm going to subtract. My answer, 45 divided by 3, is 15. So we would each get 15 cupcakes. I would be so happy for 15 red velvet cupcakes. I really would. So Miss Fabi had 45 cupcakes. She shared them equally to her friends, and we each got 15 cupcakes. Let's keep rolling to number 3. The 4th grade class is taking a field trip to the art museum. There are 100 kids going on the trip, and each car will fit 4 kids. All right, so it's 108 kids going. Each car will fit 4 kids only. How many cars will be needed? So I'm not trying to figure out how many kids are going to be in a car. I need to figure out how many cars are needed, because they tell us already that 4 kids can fit in a car. So we have 108 kids. There are no more going, so that's my total, 108. 4 kids can fit in a car. Now, if we wanted to do this the long way, that's 1 car, 4 kids can go in. We got another car, 4 kids can go in, right? This 108 is being shared between these cars. And I could just keep going to figure out how many of these cars, because this represents my cars, how many of these cars are needed. Well, I'm not going to do that, right? Because we're going into 5th grade. So I'm going to go ahead and set this up as a division problem. 108 divided by 4 kids. You're not dividing by how many cars. That's what we're trying to figure out. 108 divided by the 4 kids that can fit in a car. And then let's come off to the side to solve that problem. 108 is in the house. My 4 goes outside. 4 goes into 1 0 times. It can be done, because 4 times 1 is 4, which is greater than 1. So this 1 now turns into 10. Let's see how many times 4 can go into 10. Continuing on with my 4s over here. 12 is too big of a number, so I'm going to stop and stick with 2. 4 can go into 10 2 times with 8. Setting up my subtraction problem here. I didn't put my 8 right here because that doesn't even make sense. If I'm trying to figure out how many times 4 goes into 10, 10 is my number here. So that number is at the top of a subtraction problem. My 8 goes in the ones place there. Subtracting 10 minus 8 gives me 2. I'm going to come on and bring that 8 down, and I'm going to keep rolling with my 4s. Actually, I want you to keep rolling with your 4s. If you keep rolling with your 4s, you'll know that 4 goes into 28 7 times. So if you had kept going, 4 times 7 would actually give you an even 28. 7 times 4, don't forget to multiply. 7 times 4 gives you 28. 28 minus 28 gives you 0. Your quotient here is 27. So how many cars do you need? You would have needed to have drawn 27 cars, which would have just taken too much time, right? And you're better than that. We can do better than that. So we solved that answer in a much better way. Let's move to number 4. Miss Adams has 27 stickers in her desk. She wants to give, so I got 27 stickers all together. She wants to give the same amount. All right, when I hear the same amount, I'm thinking equal groups there, so I'm thinking division. She wants to give the same amount of stickers to each of the 3 classes. I don't want to, do one class better than the other. I want to be fair. So each of these 3 classes will get the same amount of stickers. How many stickers will each class get? All right, so 27 stickers, that's my total. That's all I have to give. Now I have 3 classes, right? So let's say we got KU, we got Spellhouse, we got Notre Dame. I want to give all of these from this 27, that's all I have. So I want to share these 27 stickers with all 3 of these homerooms. How many stickers is each homeroom going to get? Instead of putting these dots in there, we're going to just think about it as a division problem. 27 divided by those 3 classes. We can also use related multiplication to help us here. So I got 27 divided by 3. 3 times what is going to give me 27. Take a few seconds to roll those 3s to figure out what your answer is going to be. At this point, you should know that 3 times 9 is going to get you 27. So 27 divided by 3 is equal to 9. So each homeroom would get 9 stickers. If you need to rewind to figure out how we did it, to figure out how to annotate, to figure out how to solve the problem, feel free to do so. I hope you were working with me, not just watching the video. And I hope you come off to the side of your paper and do whatever work is necessary to get the correct answer. Don't forget to just fill in the blank with a number only for your independent practice and your exit ticket.